Hello everyone and welcome back to another day of this top 10 decks for Worlds special, where today we are going to be reviewing Darkrai Giratina Hydreigon. Now, I made a few changes to the list. It is very similar to the one that got top 4 at US Nationals, but I made a couple of changes, very minor. I only made one change actually. I took out one Enhanced Hammer in order to add a second Fighting Fury Belt, which I think is really important, and I also took out Latios EX for a third Darkrai EX. Now I feel a lot more confident in the deck playing that way. I believe in the week that we used the deck, we definitely might have lost one game or maybe more out of not having enough Darkrai's to attack, so having 3 Darkrai seems really nice. Obviously Dark Pulse is your main attack, as it deals 20 damage plus 20 damage for every darkness energy you have in play, and you get to combine double dragon energy with Giratina and Hydreigon in order to add 40 damage to your attacks, and then Giratina allows you to have a better match against Mega Pokemon with its ability Renegade Pulse, and Chaos Will locks down opposing stadium cards and tool cards, which is really nice. Hydreigon allows you to bypass effects like Jolteon's attack, like Jirachi's attack, and then we have Hoopa in order to find our Pokemon EX. We have a single Baby Beltal, which can prove crucial and can become the 7th prize card, if you will, and then we have our 2 Shaymin EX in order to draw every single card we need. Now, supporters pretty standard for Sycamore, 3N, 2 Lysander, 1 Hex, Maniac, and 1 AZ. 4 Berserker, 4 Ultra Balls, 3 Trainer's Mail, 4 Max Elixir. Obviously Max Elixir is what makes this deck really shine, because it allows you to power up your Darkrai's a lot sooner, but energy conservation is definitely really important here. And then we have the 1 Enhanced Hammer for potential mirrors to make Night March better. We have 1 Megaphone, we have 2 Fighting Fury Belts, we have 2 Parallel City, which can be crucial as well, and then we have 2 Floatstone, 1 Muscle Band, because we might need to hit some special numbers instead of only using the Fighting Fury Belt. And then we have our 4 Double Dragon Energy and 10 Dark type Energy. So, wait, oh yeah, they are foil. Okay, so that covers the deck. I'm gonna save the changes I made really quickly, and I mean, that was a 2-minute explanation of the deck, but it's really straightforward. If you are watching the series, you probably are very familiar with the potential threats for Worlds, the metagame decks and everything. And if you want to find more information on this deck, you can definitely search for Tablemon Darkrai Giratina, and I'm sure it'll pop up. There will be a more thorough explanation. And me using the deck, 3 more videos of me using a very similar version of the deck, and that was like a month ago after US Nationals. So if you want more information on the deck, definitely feel free to do that. And yeah, let's see how we get on today. We've been doing pretty awesome, not gonna lie, we've been doing pretty awesome in this series. We are using some of the game's top decks, and I definitely started out, wow. I was gonna say, it makes sense that by using the top tier decks, you would get really good results, but I think we've only lost a single match out of 4 videos, which is really new. Now, seeing this hand, obviously, I don't feel too comfortable at all. I will get 2 cards to try to get out of this situation, but because we are going first, we do have the potential to get dunked by my opponent's deck. So we shall see. Let's draw our Mulligan, which is a Max Elixir, and then we draw a Hex Maniac. So none of those cards really help us. I'm gonna play the Parallel CT, and I'm going to lower the damage output or restrict his bench. I'm gonna lower his damage output. I'd rather Shaymin simply not get damaged, and I'm gonna pass. I mean, you could make an argument to attach an energy, but I do have a Floatstone, I do have the AC. Wow. I really need to top deck a basic Pokemon. That's what I need. That is what I absolutely need. Or an Ultra Ball. That would be good. Because an Ultra Ball or... yeah, no, an Ultra Ball. An Ultra Ball would be incredible so that I can find Hoopa and then start powering up stuff. Now we see my opponent is using this Team Siege Volcanion EX deck with the baby Volcanions and the Volcanion EX. So, I mean, this card definitely has potential. Being dual typing is really nice as well. The problem is its weakness. Being weak to water in standard, I don't know. There's water toolbox, there's potential Greninja. Now, is my opponent going to end me? That would be incredible and very, very generous of him. He is. Okay, so after seeing us draw pass, he actually opts to use N. So I might regret not having attached the Floatstone, but I'm just happy seeing more basic Pokemon, you know? I'm just really happy seeing more basic Pokemon. Now, he has no energy in his discard pile, which is obviously great for us, since he won't be able to power up the Volcanion. We did see the Blacksmith, yeah, so we know he can power up out of the blue. The question here is, will my opponent be able to find the cards he needs in order to one-hit KO my Darkrai? That's the real question here. Okay, I'm gonna play the Muscle Band. Because I will discard the Megaphone anyways, I might as well get rid of one tool card, and I'm gonna play the Sycamore, obviously. Very obviously. Man, what? I dropped 5 energy. Okay, so the deck is definitely not cooperating. I was speaking of how well we were doing in this series, and Darkrai Giratina just decides to mess with our heads. Would be awesome to see another N for my opponent. But yeah, that's asking for too much. He actually uses Sycamore, and now it's weird that in a deck that relies on having a lot of energy in order to deal more damage, not only is he filling up his bench with cards he probably doesn't need, he's also gone through half of his deck and he's only seen 1 energy. So either he's really unlucky, or our Darkrai's could potentially be safe from safe from one-hit KOs by that Volcanion EX. Because to start things off, he needs another Volcanion EX. Otherwise, there's no threat of getting one-hit KO'd unless he attaches a Muscle Band, which in retrospect maybe would have been better for my opponent's Volcanion EX to have a Floatstone instead of a potential Muscle Band. Yeah, so we did discard 3 fire energy with the Battle Compressor, so he's able to power up Volcanion this time around. Now I get the Ultra Ball, and I definitely want to use it. I'm gonna get rid of a double Dragon Energy and the Enhanced Hammer. I cannot find Hoopa, so I'm definitely gonna go for Shaman. And basically I really want like Supporter, a way to retreat that Shaman to prevent him from getting 2 free prizes next turn. 2 more energy, come on. 2 more freaking energy, wow. I cannot catch a break here. I genuinely cannot catch a break. But not all hope is lost. I can retreat and Lysander up the Volcanion EX and do it KO it, which is really nice. Yeah, I think that's my best play for next turn. To get that first hit off on the Volcanion, because I'm obviously not gonna be one KOing it. I am almost through half my deck, but I'm just not drawing my Max Elixirs. I am drawing a ton of energy though. And he actually opts to discard a fire energy in order to deal more damage with Volcanion. If he had another Volcanion EX, he could one hit KO me, but that's not gonna be the case. It's gonna deal 50 damage, which I'm okay with, I guess. Does put me in a Lysander baby Volcanion KO range, but it could be worse. It could definitely be worse. And getting that first hit off on the Volcanion will be really nice. The issue, wow. The issue is the follow-up baby Volcanion, I guess. But I'm gonna go with my original plan. I'm gonna promote the Volcanion, I'm gonna attach, I'm going to retreat into this guy, and thanks to a muscle band, I'm gonna deal 80 damage. Yep, there we go. And then next turn, by playing the double dragon energy or another darkness energy, I can KO the Volcanion. So that's good news. He does have the follow-up baby Volcanion, which could definitely be problematic, and that might force me into attaching to Darkrai instead of Giratina. Okay, he gets rid of the muscle band, so that forces me to attach to Giratina. There's absolutely no way I can't not attach to Giratina in order to score this one-hit KO. Not one-hit KO, to score this KO. And I generally cannot Sycamore yet, even though I do have the Berserker, because I cannot get rid of so many energy. I can afford it next turn, but not yet, and not with that price. Ugh. Now, sure, the Max Elixir is nice, the priced energy is not nice, but if he does find an energy and KO the Darkrai, I have no way to attack this upcoming turn because of the fact that I cannot retreat and use the Max Elixir in the same turn. Boy, okay. But we are ahead. There is a potential for him to miss the KO, which is nice. He did show a Fighting Fury belt. How many energy? There's 4 energy in the discard pile, 3 in play. You would assume, seeing how his deck is running, you would assume he runs 9, maybe 10 energy. So he doesn't have too many energy left. He could also have some energy in his prices. Oh, but he has the blacksmith, so never mind. Never mind. Is he going to attach all the energy to this Volcanion though? No. He's actually going to attach to that Volcanion to score the KO. The blacksmith. Okay. So 100 damage. 100 damage might force me into... Man, this really sucks. I'm in a terrible position. The stadium, my ability, yeah, just to not risk an easy KO from Volcanion onto Shaman, I'm gonna promote Hydreigon. That end is definitely nice. I whiff the Max Elixir because I've drawn so many energy just manually. Ridiculous. So I'm gonna be forced to attach there. Gonna bench the baby Veltal, and I'm going to end my opponent. We both go down to 4 cards. I get another Max Elixir and 2 more energy. Man, this is just crazy. I do hit an energy though, thankfully. So if I attach an energy and retreat next turn, I will be dealing 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20, no, 40 damage short, never mind. So Maybe attaching to Baby Veltal would have been the better play. Maybe that would have been the better play. With the Max Elixir instead. Yeah, I think that would have been better. And this Fighting Fury Belt is really, really annoying. And I can't just... Okay. Okay. He's gonna 2-hit KO me. So either I top deck a Vespiquen and score a KO on Shaman, or I lose. I don't know. The price exchange is not looking favorable at all to me. At all. My opponent is drawing really well and we are drawing terribly. I really need to top deck. I really, really need to top deck out of this situation. Whiffing that first Max Elixir, definitely not good. Okay. We're still not out of this though, because with the double dragon energy, I do get the KO on the Volcanion. And then he comes up, KOs me, unless... The threats are the Volcanions, right? So do I gain anything? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 14. I mean, I could retreat and deal damage with the Veltal. He already wasted the Vespiquen. I could even Lysander up. He's used 2 Lysanders and 3 Vespiquens. He has 4 cards in his hand. I think my best play here is to Lysander up the Shaman, retreat, and definitely I'm being very passive here. I am being very, very passive, but I don't see another way to get back into this, because with 2 Volcanions powered up, the price exchange is not favorable to me. Definitely not favorable. And by giving up the Veltal, I really lose nothing. And if for some reason he cannot retreat, that would be incredible. Now he finds a Fighting Fury Belt, and my come on, why? Come on. I'm struggling to draw anything, and he has everything off of his 4 cards. And now what? This sucks. This really, really sucks. I'm gonna have to... Oh boy. This is so bad. I cannot even begin to explain how bad a situation we are currently in. And man, this is just... And he had the... anyways. Escape Rope was second worst case scenario. Worst case scenario was Lysander. That was worst case scenario. And now he finds another Volcanion. He starts attaching to it. He now has access to deal extra damage. And he still has his 4th Vespiquen to secure his last prize card. Top deck an Ultra Ball doesn't really make a difference. I have to discard my double dragon to retreat. I'm just trying to buy some time, but I don't see how we win. And the only way we win is by doing consecutive Lysander KOs onto Shamans. Maybe that was my best play. To Lysander up the Shaman, KO it with Darkrai, let him KO me, but then try to get something off of my 2 prize cards. Maybe that was my best play. Okay, he might have just misplayed here. He should have used his ability in order to KO the Baby Veltal. I think he realizes this and he's gonna try to to find another energy right now in order to get the KO. But he has 8 in play and 3 in discard, so that's 11. I doubt he plays any more energy. So if it 2-hit KOs this Yveltal, that would be incredible. That would definitely be really, really nice. Perfect. I think that's definitely a misplay on my opponent's end. I find a float stone. That changes absolutely nothing. Ugh. This is horrible, guys. This is so terrible. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to Oblivion Wing. And I need to find Fighting Fury Belts as well. How have I not found Fighting Fury Belts? Now the energy will go to Giratina. Yveltal will go down. I mean, he could also simply find the Berserker. But decking him out is another option because we've seen 11 energy so far. So if we Lysander up a Shaman, I mean, all of this is theoretical because I literally have no cards to draw anything with, which is frustrating. I cannot draw a supporter for the life of me. I don't know, it's weird that this deck is giving us such a hard time. Now, Darkrai EX is not going to survive an attack, so that's what I'm going to promote and attach the float stone to. Well, I'm gonna promote that guy. Let's see what we top deck. A double dragon. Okay, so because of the Fighting Fury build, I cannot I cannot KO Volcanion with anything other than Darkrai. I cannot KO Volcanion with anything other than Darkrai. And then what? And then both of his bench Pokemon can KO me. Neither can one-hit KO Giratina. Such a waste. Such a waste. Okay, my prize card. Oh boy. Basically, he attacks me, goes down to 1 prize, I attack him, he attacks me, I attack him, I KO him. Yeah, I lost the game when I didn't Lysander KO the Shaman. I think I lost it there. I mean, I do have another turn. I mean, if for some reason his last Berserker is his last prize, or he doesn't run 4 Berserkers, or I don't know. I mean, the odds of him not having his Berserker are really low, right? Infinitely low. So I'm gonna promote the Giratina EX. I do top deck the Berserker now. So we've seen a float stone. I think I'm forced. We've seen 2 float stones. How many float stones does he run? How many? 4. This is so weird. This is so weird. Because if I Sycamore, no, I have to Lysander. That's the only way I win. If he doesn't have any more energy to retreat. That's the only way I win. And I'm just gonna use Chaos Wheel in case he does have the floatstone, I guess. I locked down the floatstone, which is nice. And let's see. My opponent has a ton of cards in his hand, one card left in his deck, one prize card. You have to assume you have to assume. So now it's gonna come down to, does he have the 4th Berserker to Lysander and KO? It's gonna come down to that. Oh, never mind. There we go. Man, this was so freakishly frustrating to lose this way. So freakishly frustrating. Really. Generally very, very frustrating. What are you gonna do? Sometimes you draw well, sometimes you draw bad. And it happens. That's Pokemon for you. I just hope at Worlds, I don't want good luck. That's what I keep thinking. I generally don't want good luck at Worlds, but I don't want bad luck either. I don't want this to happen at Worlds. Whatever deck I choose, I want normal conditions. I don't want to draw like a god. I don't want to draw and lose on turn 2. I simply want a normal game. That's what I want. That's all I ask for. So I do get to go first against a pure metal deck. Apparently not even Shaman is included. So I'm gonna start off with Hydreigon and have Darkrai on the bench because I do have the Floatstone. So I can make maximum use of my Max Elixir if I do manage to find some. And okay, so we do see the Bronzong. I'm gonna play the Floatstone there, and then I'm going to use Ultra Ball, get rid of these 2 cards, and I'm gonna go find Hoopa. And then with Hoopa I will find Shaman and Darkrai and Giratina, and that will fill up my bench, and I will draw 4 cards and also have access to a supporter, which is really nice. I could AC, I could Lysander, I could Sycamore, so this should be a good turn. This should definitely be a good turn for us. There's the Shaman. I draw 4 cards. I draw neither energy nor Max Elixirs. So do I mind? I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna play the Stadium. I'm gonna limit my opponent's bench that way. And then I'm just gonna Sycamore because I need the best odds of finding energy and Max Elixirs. And there we go. So I'm gonna attach my energy there. I'm gonna Max Elixir successfully into an energy there to try and spread them out a little bit. And I'm just gonna... I am going to retreat in case my opponent does play the Megaphone on turn 1. Now, we are in a situation where if the Trainer's Mail doesn't fetch a supporter, I might be in trouble. We are in that situation. So we'll see. Hopefully that's not what happens. We are halfway through our deck, and there's still 12 potential energy to be seen. My opponent does get rid of the Stadium, but without Shaman, I don't know how fast or how well my opponent's deck will run. If anything, if you want to be competitive in the Pokemon trading card game as of today, you really need to have Shaman. Or use a deck like Greninja, which uses Auxiliary as support instead of Shaman. But you really need at least one of the 2, and my opponent doesn't run either. So that's why his deck will be pretty slow and should run out of steam in a lot of stages of the game. Now he is running Heart Charm, and he chooses to use Hex Maniac. That's really no big deal. He only has one card left in his hand. We really don't need any abilities for now. Hopefully this Trainer's Mail... I was gonna say, hopefully this Trainer's Mail allows us to keep on doing things, but that's not gonna be the case. That is really not gonna be the case. Oh, why? We are halfway through our deck. But it is true that off of one Sycamore, off of a single Sycamore, we only wow, delinquent. Off of one Sycamore, we've already used up we have already used up one Berserker, one N, and two Sycamores, so that's why our deck might be running a little dry. Now, do I want the prize card, or do I simply want to get the first hit on Genesect? I think I'd rather the prize card, because we're gonna, if I attack Genesect, unless I top deck something really crucial, I will still 3 KO it. I do find Shaman, but that's really no big deal. My opponent is running Crushing Hammer on his in his metal deck. And yeah, I'm just gonna Dark Pulse. There's really nothing else I can do. The Heart Charm is gonna buy my opponent another turn unless I find the double Dragon Energy. My opponent does find the energy now, so we are in a bit of trouble. Thankfully, he cannot 1-hit KO us, but he can 2-hit KO us, and we can only 3-hit KO him. Okay, we find a Trainer's Mail. Can we hit something? No, we can't. No, we can't. Okay, so looks like this might last for another turn. All we need is one energy. That's all we need. One single energy. That's all we need to win this match. But does use Rapid Blaster. He KOs the Darkrai, and now we'll see if we can find one energy. We are going to Shaman for 5 cards at least. Okay, and I'm going to promote something that can retreat, just in case I do not find energy, but I do find Max Elixir. I do find energy, but that's not an energy card that I can actually use for now. So I'm gonna discard those 2 cards. I'm not gonna find the Darkrai. I need to bench the Shaman, not the Darkrai. And I just need one basic darkness energy. One basic darkness energy. That's all I ask for. There it is. And there we go. But still no supporter. Do you see that? Still no supporter. 18 cards left in my deck, and still no supporter. But anyways, my opponent also got stuck. 2 Max Elixirs off of our prize cards, and we got our victory. Our hard-fought, hard-earned victory. So you can tell I'm still frustrated off of that first game. I don't know. I felt like, yeah, I think it comes down to my mistake more than anything. It comes down to my mistake in terms of not using a Lysander. The 2 prizes gave us decent odds of getting out of the situation we were at. I don't know. Okay, we lose the coin flip this time around against Pelendones. He chooses to go first. Is he using a starter deck? Is he using the starter Mental Might deck? Or is that just the deck box? Hopefully it's not the starter deck. Okay, no, he has Shaman. The starter deck definitely doesn't have Shaman. Our starting hand, if we had a Darkrai, would be amazing. We do not have a Darkrai, so... Okay, looks like we're up against Trevenant. Yeah, Bursting Balloon, Psychic Energy, Battle Compressor, Dimensional Valley. Well, the Battle Compressor throws me up a little bit, but we could see a Wally's off of that. Definitely see a Wally's off of that. Now him playing the Bursting Balloon right away might signify either a Sycamore coming or another Shaman. Yep, Team Flare Grunt, Wally's, and Lysander. Team Flare Grunt, Wally's, and Lysander. So the issue here, double Max Elixir. Wait, what? Why? What? Okay, I clearly have to end right now. But why would you recover the Wally's? What does he have in his hand? I generally don't know. I generally do not know. Okay, gonna promote the Veltal. I'm going to Trainer's Mail. I do find a Max Elixir. I'm not grabbing the supporter, ironically, but I just want to have 2 energy on the Veltal. That's perfect. I'm not gonna touch the Shaman. Definitely not gonna touch the Shaman. Just gonna attach that. I'm gonna play the Float Stone. Gonna play the Stadium to limit my opponent's bench, and I am going to pass. I have no need to damage the Shaman. I have no need to put 6 damage counters on my Veltal, and I have a Shaman in case something weird happens and I need to find energy or something right away. If I do find an energy, I can actually KO Trevenant, which is nice. So yeah, it is Trevenant. I generally don't understand my opponent's previous play. The Compressor into Vespiquen into Wally with no Phantom in play. There's the Wally again. Now I do get to one-hit KO the Trevenant if I find an energy, or I get to deal 60 damage. But I mean, if I had Darkrai in the bench instead of Baby Veltal, I'm pretty sure I would have won by now. But he finds another Bursting Balloon. So, gonna bench the Shaman, draw my 5 cards, hopefully find an energy, and now I think it's worth it. Nope, I do not find an energy. Now, the issue here is, well, yeah, this is the right play. I'm going to Lysander up the Phantom, play now the Darkrai, attach this to this, and now use the Ultra Ball to find the Shaman, which is hopefully not priced. Nope, I did not know that, but it was a risk to do that. I had not searched my deck yet, and there's the victory. Yep, there we go. I would have killed the Phantom. I would have maybe powered up Darkrai if I had gotten lucky, and yeah, at that point things were looking really good for us. Really, really good. My opponent could have definitely Lysander up something in order to stick it active, just like I did against Dark type decks in my Trevenant break video. If you haven't watched that, I really do recommend it. But yeah, definitely a valid strategy. We did get lucky that he missed the turn 1 Trevenant. I drew the Lysander, he allowed me to power up the Baby Veltal, etc, etc, etc. So, that's 2 wins and 1 loss so far with this deck. Now we're up against potential Night March with Milotic. Potential Night March with Milotic. What else could be? Lightning, Psychic, Water, and Colorless. I do get to go first. And we start off Hoopa. There's the Milotic, there's a TCE. Yeah, this should be Night March Milotic. This should be Night March Milotic. So, starting Hoopa, not good. Not good at all. He starts Shaman, which makes up for it. But Man, these starting hands are really starting to get annoying. I guess I go the Giratina route. I need to do that because there's no point in using Shaman. He can Zerosic though. He can definitely Zerosic. And I pass. Now I hope he one-hit KOs me. Now I am powering up Giratina so that if he does Zerosic me, I am still 1 Max Elixir and a double Dragon Energy away from attacking. I basically have to go all in on Giratina, and because because I do have the Fighting Fury build, he shouldn't be able to one-hit KO my Giratina unless he gets all 11 Night Marchers in the discard pile, which seems really unlikely, at least for now. Now, because or he can simply use every Versus Seeker onto my double Dragon Energy. Outside making so much noise. It's still outside, but at least it's not close by anymore. So my opponent Zerosic my energy away, which is obviously not good. Now the issue is if I go for the Shaman, I give my opponent an easy price card, I guess. So I basically need my opponent to KO the Hoopa, and then between Yveltal and Giratina I might have a shot. I might, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh boy. Okay. Fighting Fury build makes things even harder. If, however, he does KO me, I really want him to find the stadium, because that way I do not have to find. I do not have to find the what? Yeah, I do not have to find a way to retreat. But because he does have Milotic, because he does have the Zerosic, because he does have Puzzle of Time, and because he hasn't used a single Verse Seeker, it's not really unlikely that he will be able to get rid of all 4 of my double Dragon Energy. So yeah, I'm in a lot of trouble here. He chooses not to KO me. That's pretty smart. Just gonna attach a new Sycamore. I do have a chance to find Floatstone, which I obviously do not. I get to Trainer's Mail into Floatstone. Okay, that's good. That is good. I really wish he would have KO'd me so that I could have used N, but I do get rid of a TCE from him before, and I lock the TCEs. Now his only chance is to make me miss a turn of Chaos Wheel. And in the meantime, I can potentially power up Baby Veltal. I can potentially power up a Darkrai maybe with a Fighting Fury build. Now, he might have been holding onto my Milotic, but basically, if he doesn't do anything right now, I need to Lysander up the Feebas and KO it. Even if I cannot find a way to retreat right now, I definitely think my best play here is attach to a Veltal but KO the Feebas, because that removes my Milotic as a way to recover the Xerosic. So at least we get that going. We do not lock my opponent, and we cannot power up a Darkrai. Yeah, I guess I'll attach the energy to Giratina. It doesn't really make a difference. Now I do get a prize card here. Max Elixir. I need energy, not Max Elixir. Okay, we're still in a very, very tight spot, but we did free up my opponent. Wow, he concedes. Okay, I'll take that. I will take that. So yeah, my opponent simply drew dead in the middle of the game and couldn't, I don't know, I mean, I guess he expected me to be able to retreat next turn. He wasn't finding his Verseekers for Xerosic. Woo, and a Emolga EX. And yeah, pretty standard things. Pretty standard things. So yeah, there we go. 3 wins in a row now, 4 wins in a row after our first loss, so making up for that. And I genuinely think we could have won that. I genuinely think we could have definitely won that game with a little more normal conditions, if you will. So today is Friday the 12th of August. I am recording this as I am recording this, and we are now a week away from Worlds. I'm really nervous. I really want to do well. I really want to do well. I am practicing. I am focused. I think this is probably my opponent is going first. I think this is probably, but are we up against Night March? I think this is probably my best season so far, results wise. 2 regional championships and national champion, and then I think I am playing at my highest potential level as of right now. So I don't know. I do feel like if there's ever been a year where I could have won Worlds, or I could win Worlds, after 2005, it would definitely be this one. Definitely be this one. Not sure, but I don't know. I'm not saying I'm going to win. I'm just saying this year I have better odds of winning than last year, for example, or the following year, or the previous year that I participated, which was 2012, where between work and other things in life I was struggling to find a balance. But so far, because of the channel, because of you guys, I think we can do well. We can make an important showing for ourselves, and especially thinking about what next season might bring, looking at all the regionals information that has been out so far, the dates. I'm gonna try to travel to at least 3 US regionals next season. I'm looking at Orlando in October as my first regionals, and definitely Washington in May, and then one in between. Then there's also Mexico regionals whenever it is. It has been announced that there's only going to be one regional tournament in Mexico, but with a similar price structure than the US. And then all the continental championships, a potential Argentinian regional, or a Chilean regional, or a Brazilian regional, something like that. So I think next season is going to be a lot of traveling, a lot of important decisions, and I don't know. I generally think it's going to be a good season. And a strong world showing would definitely help us. Not only in terms of prestige for the channel, but also in terms of monetary help as well, obviously. So now let's focus on the game. It's not looking likely for us to score a KO this turn. I would need a really sick turn. I guess I regret having started with Darkrai. Oh boy. Okay. The question here is, do I go all out into trying to power up Giratina this turn? Or do I try to play it safe? I don't know. I generally do not know who to attach the energy to, or if I should even attach an energy. To the active or to the benched Yveltal. I'm gonna attach it to the benched Yveltal. And I'm gonna Shaman. Now, Shaman is a target for my opponent, and a very easy one at that. I could use the parallel CT to my advantage. We do see a Max Elixir, so I could have Darkrai powered up by now. Yep. So maybe starting Giratina would have been the better choice. If I use Ultra Ball, discard the N and a Versus Seeker. Find myself another Shaman. Nope. Find myself another Darkrai. Nope. Find myself Hydreigon, I think. That's the best play. Just in case my opponent wants to do any Lysander shenanigans. And then I'm going to use Parallel CT in order to limit my bench, get rid of the Shaman, and then I get to Sycamore for 7 brand new cards, which is obviously great. There's the Sycamore, and now that's a horrible Sycamore. We Sycamore into 7 useless cards, and we can't even guarantee. Wow. That was an absolutely terrible Sycamore. We cannot even guarantee that we will be able to attack with Giratina the upcoming turn. Now, would my opponent... He only has 3 Night Marchers in the discard pile, so... Okay, he ends us. In an ideal world, he's never going to be able to KO Darkrai. I mean, he could get 2 compressors right now and have no Night Marchers priced, but that's not very likely. He doesn't have... Wow, 3 Ultra Balls. There's 1 Battle Compressor, so never mind. If he has another Battle Compressor, we might be in quite a bit of trouble, and he gets rid of 6 or 3 more Night Marchers immediately. There's a Trainer's Mail. I mean, I shouldn't be this desperate though. I shouldn't be so desperate. He's gonna find a Verse Seeker. He only has Zen and Hex Maniac in his discard pile, so no fear of Xerosic for now. And he's only gonna deal 130 damage. Only. Okay. 2 Trainer's Mail, the Verse Seeker, the Fighting Fury Belt. All of those really nice cards to have in this situation. Especially the Verse Seeker, because another Sycamore into 7 cards might allow us to attack with Giratina. We need a Max Elixir, and to hit the Max Elixir, and a Float Stone, and a Double Dragon Energy. But we also have 2 Trainer's Mail, which can bring us closer to the Float Stone or to the Max Elixir. You know, just one of both. Now that's my opponent's only Ultra Ball until he frees some up from his prize cards. There's a Shaman into 5. And we'll see how this goes. There's another Trainer's Mail. Into the Compressor, so he can one-hit KO me now. And that only means more trouble for us. Absolutely more trouble. Man, just one Night Marcher price would have been great. Yep, he gets rid of 3 Night Marchers. He's gonna go all out. And he's gonna KO the Joltik. I mean the Darkrai. So, because I need the Floatstone anyways, I'm gonna promote the Veltal, because if we somehow manage to find the Megaphone, then I could KO the Joltik. Now, Lysander, Acro, and Fighting Fury Belt. He actually grabs the Lysander and the Fighting Fury Belt. Okay. So, there's the Veltal. Final Lysander, doesn't help us. Trainer's Mail finds us an AC, but doesn't help us. Because, yeah. Another Trainer's Mail doesn't help us. I mean, okay, it does kind of help us. Gonna use the Ultra Ball. I will attach the Fighting Fury Belt there. I will use the Ultra Ball. Get rid of these 2 cards, so that I'm not gonna find anything. I mean, I could have gone for the Hydreigon, but I still needed 2 cards. So I'm gonna Shaman first into the next 5 cards, and then I can Sycamore as well. There's a Float, and there's the Double Dragon Energy. So now it comes down to this Sycamore. Can I hit either the Megaphone or a Max Elixir? I hit the Megaphone and the Trainer's Mail. The Trainer's Mail doesn't give me the Max Elixir, so I'm going to Megaphone right now, get rid of 3 tool cards, which is great. Unfortunately, we know my opponent has a Fighting Fury Belt in his hand. Now the question is, okay, I'm gonna attach the Floatstone to Shaman, and I'm gonna attach the Muscle Band to Hydreigon, just in case my opponent ends me. I don't really need those 2 cards. And at least I get a KO. And I get to power up Giratina, so I no longer need the Max Elixir. And if he removes the Double Dragon Energy, I only need to draw into the Double Dragon Energy rather than into a Max Elixir and the Double Dragon Energy. So, even though, yeah, Fighting Fury Belt, no big deal. He Lysanders up the Giratina, plays the Stadium card, but if he doesn't attach a DCE, we will still be okay here. We will still be okay, because then he has to force me into and we know DCs are not priced. He has to force me into missing an attack. I think using Sycamore right now would be a good play in order to find another DC. But he doesn't. Okay. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Well, there's also that. There is also that. Well, crap. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, I absolutely need to KO this Pumpkaboo, and I need to do so with Baby Veltal, right? He found the Acrobike and an Ultra Ball. Okay, I need to do so with a Baby Veltal. I have 3 Max Elixirs left still. Off of a Nen. I mean, he has so many Night Marchers that it doesn't really matter if I bench the hoop or not. All 3 Max Elixirs are in my deck, and there's 5 energy in my deck, so I have to end. That's not an option. I have to end. Well, Darkrai resists. With a Fighting Fury Belt, I could take a hit, but no. I'm gonna attach there, and I'm gonna end. I need 1 Max Elixir and to hit it. Okay. I had okay, 50-50 how do I no why there's 5 energy left in my deck before the end. There's 5. I draw 3 of them, and then there's 2 left, and I'm looking at half my deck, and they're both in the bottom half of my deck. Why? I mean, we don't outright lose after this, but I mean, anyways, Puzzle of Time. My opponent has played a total of 1 versus Seeker, and he gets to look at the top 3 cards in his deck and arrange them in whatever way he wants. So he has access to versus Seekers. For teammates, he has access to DCE. I needed to get a KO with Baby Beltal. That was the key to this game. That was absolutely the key to this game. So frustrating. Okay. No, we haven't lost yet, but we still have 5 prizes to go. What? Why? Why slow roll? Just KO. Why do all this? So frustrating. Okay, I am clearly on tilt. He drew the first Seeker. Okay, that's gonna be it from me, guys. He has free KO on everything. Armin26, if you're watching, not cool to do what you just did. He's low played for no reason. What's the point of doing that? But anyways, what are you gonna do, guys? What are you going to do? Even if, well, who knows? If he had the escape rope, he still wins because he did get the Berserker. He teammates for a TC and an escape rope, and that's a game. So that's gonna be it from me, guys. Clearly we've explored, I don't know, the best options so far. The top 3, the very clear top 3 best decks in the format are Night March, Trevenant, and Vespiquen and Vileplume. So anything after that, we shouldn't really expect the win rates that we had been getting, I guess. But yeah, it's gonna be it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Today is Friday that I am recording, but you guys are seeing this on Saturday. Expect a new video of the series on Sunday and on Monday, and that would be 5, 6, 7. Yeah, from now until Thursday before Worlds, you should expect a new video every day. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.